Good morning and welcome to this deep play yoga flow. So we are going to be starting in a seated position, whatever's comfortable for you, and just prepping ourselves for this morning. So this will be a deep play fluid flow. I'll try and make it as fluid as possible, and we'll see how we go. We're in this together. That's all that matters. Okay, so we'll be starting off with some cat-cow in our seated position. So lifting that chest, deep breath in, breathing out, roll the chest, stretching out that back as much as you can, like you're trying to get your heart to the back of the drum or back of your space. Lift up. My back's very tight. Doing some barrel rolls with it. This is a nicer day today as well than the last one. Moving in whichever direction works for you. Moving in a way that feels good for your body today. This is what feels good for mine because it hurts. So I'm going to be having my shoulder surgery soon, which will mean I can't do as much on my shoulders. Hands out, crossing right hand over left, curling in. Arms out long again, lifting that chest, curling left over right, curling. Hugging yourself. Arms up. Cactus. And lift that chest up. Okay. I'm going to come onto the floors. Getting ready for some fire. Okay, so go into your bed position. We're going to hold this for a second. Just to engage that core a little bit. Push back to downward facing dog, pedaling it out, or moving the hips side to side. Really trying to keep that chest and core engaged. Lower the elbows. So I have to do it one at a time because of the shoulder, but if you can do both, do both. Pushing the chest further towards the legs. Swimming through into chaturanga, if you can. Upward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog. We're going to do all of those. So elbows down, swimming through to chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Don't know why I do things that make it hard on the shoulder. Downward facing dog. One more. Those elbows down, swimming through, upward facing dog, really bringing those shoulders back, rolling at the toes, downward facing dog, coming down onto all fours. We're going to do some funky stuff now, and I'm going to try and remember what I actually planned. Okay, so I'm going to start with my right arm up, left leg out. We're going to curve in, tap, knee to elbow. Out again, curl. One more. Up, and taking that right hand back, grabbing onto the left foot, kicking it and opening that chest. This is where it gets funky. We're going to try and lift up with the power of our left hand and right foot into a two-leg dog. Might be slow. Find your drishti. Put that right hand down. Lift that leg up. Walk the hand back into standing split. Really trying to engage that back glute. Swing it up. I feel like there's a table behind me. really using that core. Step the leg forward and folding forward into triangle pose. Lift those toes up towards the face. Put them down, right hand down, down, up, triple triangle. I'm already sweating. Lifting those hands up into crescent. Arms up, warrior two. And we're coming into star pose, into horse. Hang out here for a second. Going back up and back down. You're going to come into a wide leg forward fold. So you can either clasp your hands behind your back or hands out in front of you and fold forward. If you can widen the legs and try to get the head to the floor. You can also put your hands down and take your headstand. I don't think I will with the table on the other side, but I think I should have it, so I will. Come back down, find your forward fold, back into star pose, I like that a bit wide, open to warrior two, low down to Skandasana. Oh, losing the balance there. Open those arms out. See if you can take the bind, so you're trying to wrap the right arm around the right leg. Unfortunately that really hurts my shoulder, so I'm going to hang out here. I'm just hooking my left hand onto my right hip, opening the chest, using those hands to really open that chest a bit more. Flowing forward into a twisted lunge. I can't remember what things are called, honestly. We're going to lift that leg up into a side plank. Step it back into wild thing. Sit down and fold forward. Trying to take the bind behind the back. So left hand goes around the left foot and clasp the hands. So we're trying to do a little bit of shoulder opening today. It's really not a good idea for me, but hands down, lifting back into that wild thing. Stepping that foot back forward as much as you can. Coming up into power lunge. Warrior two. Hands down. Step back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Dribble it out. What am I doing? Upward facing dog. Back down. Ripple the spine. Just really taking it slow and trying to articulate every vertebrae. Coming, bending the knees, going back up. This time you're going to ripple it and then take it super slow, lower down, all the way to the floor. We probably like that right there. I'm going to take the arms out a little bit wider than, well, a standard mat, but just outside of, so that you're trying to make this L sort of 90-degree position, maybe a bit wider than that. We're going to lift up, coming onto our hips, and back down. Lift up again, pulling those shoulders down and back, using muscles in the back, so the low back. Hands underneath the shoulders, feet curled. We're going to go back into ball upper push-up or plank. So really engaging everything, engaging that core, lifting up, chaturanga, all the way up, back to downward facing dog. Okay, so we're going to come down onto our knees. So we're going to do that on the other side. So taking a second, getting grounded. This will be my bad shoulder, so we'll see how we go. I don't know why I do this to myself. So left hand out, right leg out long as well. Curl them in, tap, tap again, out long again, and tap. Putting them out, taking them out to the side, or arm out to the side to grab the hold of the inside of that right foot. You're going to kick and lift the chest, kicking into that hand. So this part you don't have to kick into the hand because it does make it harder. You're going to engage, like push with the strength of your right arm and your left foot. Curling under those toes, lifting up into two-leg dog. Holding for a second. Right hand down, left leg up. Walking the hands back to split, standing split. Lift that leg up, trying to use the glutes. Coming up, standing, curling out again, stepping it forward, coming down into pyramid pose, lifting those toes up. Actually, you should get more sleep, I think. Left hand down, right hand up, off. So this is maybe more triangle. We're coming up into power lunge, opening it up to warrior two. Lifting up, feels like steps to star, and coming down into horse or goddess pose. Hands on legs. This time we're going to take a few dips either side. Shoulder down, up, left shoulder down. So we're holding that position. Keeping strong. Okay, lifting up. Hands either go behind the back or just in front of you and fold forward. Trying to go for your wide leg fold. If you can, take your headstand. So I can only do it with my hands down like this. I can't clasp my arms because that's where it really has the shoulder. So sounds really weird, but I think it's just because it puts more pressure on the shoulder when I do my headstand. So head down. Hold it here for a bit. Coming down. Going back into star. I think guys remember flying back to Skandasana, the back of the mat, going back, revolved lunge, opening up to a plank. Step that foot back into wild thing. We finish the hips up, sitting down. And taking the bind here, so right hand goes behind the right shin, that's up, and left hand goes behind the back. I can't quite twist my arm that way, so I'm fall forward. I'm just going to hook my hand on the inside of my thigh. Hand back down, lift it up into wild thing. Left side plank, step leg forward, to crescent, open it up, back to Skandasana. Warrior two, hands down, step back, low down, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. I feel like we moved all over the mat just then. Taking a few breaths here. If you need to be in child's pose, you can be in child's pose. Okay, we're going to tiptoe to the top of the mat. As much as you can. Come down into chair pose. Lift that chest. I'm actually sweating. Don't know about anybody else, but I am. Hands to the heart. Lift that right leg up. Left leg has the strength. I'm gonna hold it there. Put it out long. Hold that leg. My leg is shaking. Swing it back to warrior three. Step back into power lunge. Open it to warrior two. And we're going to clasp the hands behind the back and go into humble warrior. Rolling forward, trying to get that shoulder to touch that knee. Keeping those legs engaged. Looking at the back foot. And if you can, open up the hands underneath the shoulder. You can take an arm balance here if you would so like to. I see things in such a weird way. Hands back in. Open it up. Side ankle pose. Hands down. Steps back. Chaturanga. Front facing dog. Downward facing dog. Tiptoeing again to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. Lifting that left leg in. Using the strength of the right. I need to actually wipe the sweat off my face. It's like actually dripping. Straightening that leg out. Holding it. Using the strength of the leg of the quad. Windmill. Into warrior three. Step back into power lunge. What did I do? Can't remember. Power lunge. Opening it up to warrior two. Clasping the hands and taking humble warrior. Looking at that back foot. Hands underneath the arms. And if you want to, you can take the balance. I might go for it on this side, even though it is my weaker side, but so back in, hand down, side angle pose. Hands down, step back, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths, then we're going to do some monkey stuff. One more breath in, side out. Okay, we're going to ripple forward into high plank. Coming down to chaturanga, upward facing dog. Gonna look over the left shoulder. Trying to keep those hips in line. Keeping their chest up, looking over the right. Back center. Curling over the toes, coming into downward facing dog. We're going to go into a plank. We're going to go into side plank here. Try and grab the toes of the right foot, lift it up, step it forward, putting that shoulder underneath the arms, going for another flying lunge. We're going to put the hand, the right hand, on the outside of, or next to, the ankle of the right foot, stepping that left foot up into a standing split. Right hand stays on the floor. We're taking super soldier, so bending that knee, we're going to take the right hand onto the left foot and plug it. Trying to look at that knee, the right leg. Let it go, stepping that left foot back, going back into flying lunge, hands down. You can either take the balance again, step it back, into three-legged dog, roll forward, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Roll it up. I need a second. Okay. When plank, when downward facing dog, we're going to roll it to high plank. Coming on to side plank on the right. Lifting those hips and that arm. If you can, take the peace fingers onto the big toe of the left foot and lift it up. Stepping it forward. Hands underneath into flying lunge. And you're taking your left hand on the outside of the left foot, right hand to the side. We're going to go into standing splits here, trying to grab the foot with that left hand, sorry. Right foot, left hand. Curling and strip. Let it go. Going back into flying lunge. Take the balance if you can here. I find that couch usually gets in my way. Might go a bit more this way. Take the balance if you can. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Oops. Three-legged dog. Come forward. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Come down onto the knee. My camera goes off again. I don't know if I am missing anything that's super important. I couldn't quite see where it ended on the video, so hopefully this makes sense. I think we're going into child's pose for a minute, just to let you rest. Not for a minute, but a couple of seconds. We're going to come up onto the knees and lift those hips. So we're going into camel from here. So catching our breath, setting our intention. So either you can put your hands onto your glutes and your imaginary back pockets and push down, or you can try and reach for your ankles, but I would suggest starting on your glutes first. So we're going to roll the shoulders up and down, behind, and push those hips forward, chest back, or up back. Taking the hands onto the ankles if you can, or heels, holding on and pushing that chest, those hips forward. That's that right shoulder a bit too much, so I'm just going to do it on the left. Rippling down, hands forward, into child's pose, shuffling forward onto your chest. And that one, we're going to curl that right leg in, step it over the left, using the right hand to push our chest. So we're stretching those shoulders a little bit more. If you can clasp your hands at the back of you, so taking the right hand back. Unfortunately, I can't do that. That's where it really hurts. I don't know. It's a bit weird. Pulling forward. Right hand out long, left hand in. Step that left leg over the right. Curl over. Not pushing as much, but if you can, push a bit more and try and rotate that chest to the ceiling. And clasp the hands at the back if you can. Rolling back forward. Hands underneath the shoulders, curling the toes. Lifting up into downward facing dog. Holding there for a minute. I keep saying a minute, I just mean for a couple of breaths, like 4 breaths. Coming down, crossing the legs, and taking a comfortable seated position. Getting ready to end the practice. Chest up tall, or whatever feels comfortable for you. It was a bit of an intense one. Don't know about you, but it was intense for me. I was sweating. There were quite a few times I had to stop and wipe because I couldn't see. And also it was getting a bit slippy. But we're here and we're grateful for the fact that we can sweat, the fact that it is cooling us down. Because right now, it feels nice to be sweaty and to cool down. Thank you for flowing with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and namaste. You know what I'm going to say. Have a good day.